This is the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather and Connie Chung.
Good evening. For the first time, U.S. and allied warplanes have attacked Serbian forces surrounding the Bosnian capital of Sarajevo.
The United Nations called for today's NATO airstrike after another long series of provocations by the Bosnian Serbs. The airstrikes were part of an effort to force the Serbs to accept an international peace plan. CBS News national security correspondent David Martin has the latest from the Pentagon.
With the Bosnian Serbs once again tightening the noose around Sarajevo, the UN finally lost its patience and called in an airstrike. 2 American A-10s opened up with hundreds of rounds of cannon fire against a Serb gun position.
The 76 that was hit by the 600 rounds, was it destroyed?
The pilot reports that it was destroyed.
The incident began when Bosnian Serb forces seized 4 heavy weapons from a UN storage depot near Sarajevo, where they had been held since last winter. The weapons belonged to the Serbs, but they had been handed over to the UN as part of an agreement excluding all heavy weapons from a 20-kilometer zone around Sarajevo. The UN sent a helicopter to find the stolen weapons.
This helicopter was fired upon from the ground with light weapons and was struck several times, but it returned to its base with no casualties.
It was the latest in a series of Serb provocations that have included a resumption of sniper attacks in Sarajevo, all in defiance of international pressure on the Bosnian Serbs to accept a peace plan.
There's a limit to how much encroachment on that territorial exclusion zone we can accept, and therefore we decided reluctantly to take this action.
16 NATO planes were sent to hit 4 Serb targets, but because of bad weather could only find one of them. The 2 A-10s rolled in below the clouds and hit the Serb gun position. After that, the Serbs promised the UN commander in Bosnia they would return the stolen weapons.
Commander, as a result of that activity, called off the air, and as a result, all the aircraft have returned to base.
The UN commander warned the Serbs that if the weapons are not returned tomorrow, he will ask NATO to launch more airstrikes. Dan?
David Martin at the Pentagon. Thanks. Connie?
Here at home, one of the country's biggest health insurance organizations is being accused of wasting taxpayer dollars. Senate investigators say Blue Cross Blue Shield has spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on, among other things, extravagant conferences. At the same time, little interest has been shown in controlling fraud. More on the story now from CBS correspondent Linda Douglas.
Blue Cross covers us from head to feet. It's called the FEP plan and it gets deep.
It could be a Broadway show or a TV special, but this elaborate production is a private affair, one of many staged for Blue Cross employees at their annual business conferences. The extravaganzas cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, and a big chunk of that is paid for by the federal government.
The total cost of producing the 1990 conference was over $625,000, of which the federal government paid at least $470,000.
Senate investigators have spent months looking into the expenditures of the Blue Cross Blue Shield Association, which provides health insurance for nearly 4 million federal workers and their families, in addition to covering millions of private individuals. The investigators charge taxpayer money is being squandered on the government program, which they claim is poorly monitored.
The staff found evidence of poor management, extravagant expenditures, little interest in detecting health care fraud.
The conferences are always held at luxury resorts. One featured a mock Family Feud TV show. Winners won TV sets and more. Another starred a flying hero called Super Plan. The government has also spent a lot of money on Blue Cross CEO Bernard Tresnowski, $274,000 of his $866,000 salary, plus $400 for a folding wardrobe bag and $700 to help prepare his income tax returns.
Today, Blue Cross said it strives to see that all of its expenses are appropriate. It did not mention the conferences, another of which is set for later this month, featuring entertainment from producers of the Super Bowl halftime show. Linda Douglas, CBS News, Washington.
A surprise development in the Whitewater case tonight. A new man is now in charge of the investigation. A federal court today named former U.S. Solicitor General Kenneth Starr as independent counsel. Starr is a Bush-Reagan Republican. He will take over the investigation begun by Robert Fisk. Fisk, also a Republican, was appointed by Attorney General Reno as what's called a special counsel at a time when no and this is in quotation marks, independent counsel law, unquote, was in effect. When Congress renewed the independent counsel law, Reno asked that Fisk be named independent counsel. But the court said it wanted someone with no ties to the Clinton administration. More on the Whitewater story now from correspondent Bob Schieffer on Capitol Hill.
What the hearings could be about.
Republican leader Dole immediately hailed it as good news, claiming Fisk had put too many restrictions on what Congress could investigate.
Mr. Fisk says we can't do that. Mr. Fisk says we can't do that. Well, now Mr. Fisk no longer has responsibility.
The surprise announcement came as the House and Senate were winding up 2 weeks of marathon hearings that often ran late into the night. The hearings produced no real proof that the White House had ever interfered in a federal investigation of Whitewater, but they were acutely embarrassing for an administration whose credibility was repeatedly questioned. The president's close friend, Deputy Treasury Secretary Roger Altman, flatly denied he told Treasury lawyer Gene Hansen to tip the White House federal regulators were looking into Whitewater. She said he did. Repeatedly, young Treasury aide Josh Steiner had to disavow his own diary entries, which portrayed a White House in panic over news of the investigation. Altman took most of the heat.
What a gutless wonder. Down to this day. This is a man who'll have you believe that everybody else did it. He wasn't responsible for anything. Oh, not Roger the Dodger?
The hearings also brought out that when Altman first tried to step aside as the official the investigators probing Whitewater reported to, then White House counsel Bernard Nussbaum, hoping to keep the probe in friendly hands, talked him out of it.
But that was one time when you should have bit your tongue if you had to bite it in half and not stick your nose into that decision.
Even so, these hearings ended without directly tarring the Clintons, and the White House said tonight it would cooperate with the new counsel. But one source said their White House aides are taking the news very, very hard and wonder now if this investigation is ever going to end. And in fact, it might go on a while because Republicans here are convinced that they still haven't gotten the truth from White House officials, and D'Amato of New York said tonight he'll ask the new man to reopen the entire case. Dan?
Well, Bob, is he actually going to do that?
Well, it's hard to know, Dan. He has the authority to do that if he chooses. Whatever the case, the president again finds himself on the defensive here as he starts this big battle now over health care.
Bob Schieffer from Capitol Hill. Connie?
Still to come on the CBS Evening News, a labor of love, Americans reaching out to Rwandans.
And Eye on America. While others bicker over money, we found one man who plays for love.
Like food, you get heartburn. You take Maalox. Life is good.
And don't forget great tasting Maalox tablets, too.
With Fixodent, I can stay active and as confident as I need to, all day.
Even in the hottest liquids, when other adhesives stop holding, Fixodent holds stronger and longer.
That's why I Fixodent and forget it.
Okay, if the moon was really made out of cheese, I'd be an astronaut. Healthy Choice makes real cheese with skim milk, so it's naturally fat-free. I put it on practically everything. With Healthy Choice, I eat what I like. Cheese.
In the Middle East, Israel today issued a rare apology for an airstrike in southern Lebanon. 7 people, including 2 children, were killed when an Israeli missile struck a 2-story house yesterday. Lebanese officials call it a terrorist act by Israel. The Israelis said it was an accident, that the strike was aimed at Palestinian terrorists based in Lebanon.
UN authorities are having little success in convincing refugees to go home to Rwanda, but they say that's the only long-term solution to the plight of 1 million people camped out now in Zaire. All that stands between the refugees and death is a small corps of relief workers, including American troops and volunteers. CBS News correspondent Barry Peterson has their story.
Day after day, when the desperate reach out,
soldiers and relief workers keep reaching back.
I just think that my family could be in the same place that they're in right now.
We will look after him. Ask him what his name is.
Day after day, every day, they care for the sick and abandoned.
You'll remember situations when you're at home, perhaps when we've got time to stop and to think. You don't have any time now.
Day after day, they must bury the dead.
It's getting harder and harder to get up and know that I have to do this every day.
Even the most experienced aid workers were unprepared for the size of the tragedy at the sprawling refugee camps and at the makeshift hospitals. Even the most hardened would find themselves sometimes at night crying themselves to sleep.
She has malaria, most likely. Her lungs are congested. She's extremely hot.
Dr. Bobby McGuffey, a tireless mother of 8, is running an orphanage.
I found a long time ago that if you work hard, you don't have to think about it.
All right, well, I'm going to put you down there, kiddo. You a girl or a boy?
They came to make a difference. They have. Now there's time to give babies more than just a quick shot. There's time for a hug.
This baby's well, but he's just very sad.
What do you mean?
He's
missing
very
his
sad.
mother or
Yes.
missing...
Oh, yeah. Missing being held.
So all he needs is someone just to hold him.
Yes, yes.
Day after day, these workers collect their pay. Nothing big. A smile, a song. This is what heals the healers. Barry Peterson, CBS News, Goma, Zaire.
Stay with us now for more of the CBS Evening News, including a drug said to be more addictive than crack making its way to the USA.
The beaches here are great. But the sandcastles are fantastic. Call today, 1-800-44-MEXICO.
When I get gas, I may look like this, but I feel like this, painfully bloated.
Gas-X has the most powerful medicine to fight gas faster than antacids.
So I feel like me again.
Painful gas needs the power of Gas-X.
I was worried I needed surgery for my hemorrhoids, but the doctor said they weren't serious and to use Preparation H.
Preparation H, trusted by millions to often help relieve those intense hemorrhoidal symptoms of itching, burning, and painful irritation for hours. Trust. Doctor-recommended Preparation H.
You know what it's like when you go to the drugstore. You take your prescription in, and then you wait and wait.
Prescription for Wesley. Oh, here.
Not at the Medicine Shop Pharmacy. We guarantee fast, friendly service. In fact, if you don't receive your prescription in 15 minutes or less, we'll give you a $2 credit. The Medicine Shop, what a pharmacy was meant to be.
Save money on non-prescription products this month and join the Medicine Shop Pharmacy in raising funds for my kids.
Are they behind the latest wave of terror bombings in Buenos Aires and London? Or are they the men of God they told Mike Wallace they were? 60 Minutes, Sunday.
It was one for the books. 20 years ago, President Nixon resigned. Burglaries, wiretaps, abusing government power. Eye on America examines it all Monday on the CBS Evening News.
Congressman Dan Rostenkowski asked a federal court today to dismiss the 17 corruption charges against him. Lawyers for the Illinois Democrat argued that the indictment, among other things, violates the constitutional separation of powers. Rostenkowski is accused of spending hundreds of thousands of dollars of federal money for ghost employees and for personal or family use.
President Clinton today stepped up his public relations offensive. He took credit once again for improvements in the U.S. economy. And Mr. Clinton called for congressional passage of health insurance reform and a crime bill. Correspondent Rita Braver reports from the White House.
It seems strangely symbolic. A downpour broke out just as President Clinton was about to begin a speech complaining that Washington naysayers had been raining on his economic parade. The event was quickly moved inside, where Mr. Clinton charged that Washington operates in a state of virtual unreality where he barely recognizes himself on the evening news.
Once in a while I watch it and I see the way we're presented, and I look at that and I say, well, heck, if I was still back home, I wouldn't be for that guy either.
The president hit hard at members of Congress who are using procedural gimmicks to keep the crime bill from coming to a final vote.
Do not let us pull another Washington, D.C. game here and let this crime bill go down on some procedural hide and seek. If we're going to have a shootout, let's do it in high noon, broad daylight.
The president also pitched for health care, but members of his own party were pitching right back. Senator Bob Kerrey suggesting the president has not reached out to Republicans.
As a matter of fact, I don't know what his strategy is. I'm confused by his strategy.
And a battle broke out on the Senate floor when Republican Phil Gramm decided to weigh Majority Leader George Mitchell's health care bill, which the president supports.
There are 3 pounds of taxes in the Mitchell bill.
Mitchell quickly borrowed the scale.
And there's the Republican bill.
It's tempting to say that the city has entered the silly season, but what you're really seeing is a summer of discontent. And here, where Whitewater figures into the equation, they've adopted a traditional theme of Republican and Democratic presidents alike. When all else fails, blame Washington. Rita Braver, CBS News at the White House.
The government says the unemployment rate edged up 0.1 of a point last month to 6.1%. The small increase came even as the economy was creating more than 250,000 jobs. That's more new jobs than the self-described economic experts expected, and it's raising new fears among them of inflation. Those fears were evident on Wall Street today. Stock prices fell. The Dow Industrials losing more than 18 points.
You've got to try Muslix.
Some kind of a joke?
No, it's something you eat.
Maybe it's something you eat.
Once you get past the name Muslix, oh, please just try it. You're going to be real surprised by the taste. Crunchy.
Mm-hmm. Raisins?
Almonds?
Dates?
Kellogg's Muslix cereal has a cup of fruit and nuts in each box. That's 50% more than General Mills' Basic 4.
I'm surprised it's wonderful. Thank you so.
Thank you.
On my way now.
Bye-bye. Hello. You've got to try Muslix.
You gotta be kidding me.
You might be confused by all the different types of pain relievers and all their claims, but your doctor isn't. They call one type NSAIDs, like aspirin, ibuprofen, and the latest pain reliever with the main ingredient naproxen sodium. The pain reliever in Tylenol is different from all these, especially when it comes to your stomach. To varying degrees, every NSAID brand can sometimes cause the side effect of stomach irritation. Tylenol won't. The choice is clear. Tylenol, the pain reliever hospitals use most.
Well, we're here with Wanda and Babs, who feel that their zipper bag is fine and will not switch to Gladlock zipper bags.
That's right. Ditto.
Now, Babbo, let's say you hold some of your famous chicken gravy upside down over Wanda's head, sealed in either your bag or the Gladlock bag with the yellow and blue make green seal, so you know the bag is closed. Your bag doesn't have a green seal.
Well, I say let's go for it with our bag. Why switch? Because it's my head. We'll switch to Gladlock.
Good call, Wanda. When it really counts, get Gladlock.
I can't believe this incredible sense of lightness. I feel so light that I could float away. Could it be Stefan? Or I can't believe it's not Butter Light. After all, it does have half the calories of butter, no cholesterol, and of course, great taste. It must be I can't believe it's not Butter Light. I don't know anyone named Stefan.
Taste the light, fantastic. I can't believe it's not Butter Light.
No lead is safe, no victory guaranteed. For the past 5 years, the winner has come from behind. The Buick Open, this weekend on CBS.
Finally, some progress today for Western firefighters who made headway against a Washington fire that has charred 116,000 acres. But along the California-Nevada border near Reno, a fast-spreading fire ignited overnight, destroying at least 3 homes. It's consumed 4,000 acres in the Sierra foothills.
It first came to our attention in this country in late 1992 when U.S. troops went into Somalia. We're talking about the mysterious drug called khat. And now, with a London airport as the gateway, this outlawed drug is increasingly making its way into the United States and raising fears of a new addiction problem. Correspondent Alan Pizzi in London explains.
Every day, the raw material for a new designer drug arrives at London's Heathrow Airport. Much of it, officials say, is in transit to the USA. The drug that comes in burlap sacks is cat, a green leafy plant grown in Kenya and the Horn of Africa. 9 tons a week come through here. Chewing the leaves and twigs generates an amphetamine high. It was cat that fueled the Somali gunmen who took on the U.S. military in Mogadishu. Cat is banned in the U.S. and most European countries, but it's legal in Britain. And because of that, the London cargo area has become a major staging post for a vast and growing international smuggling operation. Dealers and couriers collect consignments every day. Police here say the cat that stays in Britain is used mainly by Somali and other African immigrants. It's part of their heritage. But with a little chemistry, it becomes methcathinone, a substance that has been labeled the new crack. The first American labs appeared in northern Michigan.
Crack cocaine hit the market, exploded across this nation because it was cheap and it was easy to have access to. Cat is the same thing. It is cheap, it is easy to make. Every ingredient in it you can find in the drugstore.
Even here where it's legal, cat has attracted the underworld. Privately, U.S. drug agents say they're worried that cat will open a new front in the war on drugs. Advertisements for cat couriers have appeared openly in British newspapers. One suitcase like this is worth $15,000 even before it's converted into a drug that is said to be 10 times as addictive as crack. And it may be coming to a dealer near you. Alan Pizzi, CBS News, London.
Some famous newlyweds arrived in style tonight in Hungary on a private plane from London. Pop star Michael Jackson and his bride Lisa Marie Presley are in Budapest to film a new Jackson video. The daughter of Elvis Presley confirmed this week that she and Jackson were married in secret 3 months ago in the Dominican Republic.
Coming up next, Eye on America. Tonight, the senior circuit. 74 and still young enough to dream.
Tonight, get creative at Red Lobster. Create your own shrimp dinner, just $9.99.
Choose any 3 kinds of shrimp you love best, like succulent grilled shrimp, tender fried shrimp, savory scampi.
Or try something different,
like luscious honey barbecue or tangy lemon pepper shrimp. Choose any 3 and create your own shrimp dinner, just $9.99. Only for a limited time, so hurry in now.
And create your own shrimp dinner at Red Lobster.
How can something non-alcoholic taste this good, huh?
Funny you should ask, Jim. Old Milwaukee starts with fully fermented beer and uses this Centrotherm with its unique rotating evaporator system to carefully remove the alcohol.
So, full-bodied beer flavor is never compromised?
Exactly, that's the beauty of the Centrotherm.
For a non-alcoholic brew that tastes like beer, it doesn't get any better than this.
Who said that?
Your doctor said, what? Listen, if you're a woman and you get heartburn, should you take these, which have aluminum and magnesium, or should you take new Tums Ultra with calcium?
Tums Ultra tablets, which dose for dose neutralizes more acid than regular Mylanta or Maalox.
And gives you calcium, something your body needs anyway. If you're not sure, ask your doctor. See what she says.
About Ultra.
Contrary to popular opinion, we at Oldsmobile don't think that the news today is all bad, or that the press is out to lure readers with sensationalist stories. In fact, we've been impressed with the fair, even-handed judgment they've used in selecting and reporting the news. We just wish they'd make our name a little bigger. It's your money.
Both sides in the Major League Baseball contract dispute held a brief meeting here in New York today. No word of any progress. The players have scheduled a strike 1 week from today. A strike will not, however, mean the end of baseball. It will still be played every day all over the country by people of all ages. In tonight's Eye on America, Bob McNamara looks at playing the summer game in the autumn of life.
Nice come here! Big leaguers call it the show. Big fans call it America's pastime. But at the heart of the hoopla,
it's now 3-2.
The competition and this year's complex clash over cash There is a simple game that for more than a century has made young men into heroes and given old men a second chance at childhood.
Playing baseball, what else is there?
Jim Tyler has been playing baseball for the better part of a century. Today in his driveway, at age 74, he is still working on the perfect pitch.
The older I get, the better I used to be.
He used to be a skinny boy in a baggy uniform who dreamed of a big league career.
That's all I wanted to do was play.
Signed by the Boston Red Sox.
Talking about walking on a cloud, I was.
A wild pitch.
So they sent me home.
And a war.
And then I got drafted in the Army.
Ended his big league dreams, but not his desire to play.
I'm 74, Bob, but I'm not old. I don't intend to get old. Because I've got some age doesn't mean I can't do it. That's it, I'm ready to go.
Every Sunday, every summer.
I had no idea that I would be bringing him to baseball games when he's 74 years old, no.
Jim and his wife Evelyn make the 80-mile drive from home to his home field in Atlanta.
How are you? Good to see you.
Doing great, how about you?
He is a starting pitcher for the Braves.
Joey Thompson, third base, cleanup.
In Atlanta's Senior League, where most of the players are in their 40s.
Jim Tyler.
I'm playing against guys that could be my kids, you know.
And he has been a hit.
Throw strikes, you know, throw strikes.
You want to throw curveballs today?
Yeah, I do.
You think, well, we're going to tear this guy up, but it doesn't happen. He's really a pitcher. It's an art of pitching. He's my hero.
All right, this is what we came for, man. The only time my knees don't hurt is when they give me the ball and point me to the mound and say, it's your turn to pitch.
He's not much younger than my father, and I can't imagine my father being out there doing it. It's amazing.
He has pitched through 11 presidencies, 7 decades, 4 wars, and 2 knee operations. He may have grown old, but he has never outgrown the game.
One away, force play any base.
This senior citizen
Hi, Jimmy.
is armed with a screwball, screwing up younger batters with an arsenal of trick pitches.
Look at this, is a cut fastball. As long as I can hold my own out there, I'm going to stay with it.
Actually, I didn't realize he was 74 until I saw you fellas here today.
On this day, he goes 3 innings and gives up no runs.
Out of way to go, Cotton, my man.
For this pitcher who pays to play, a baseball strike is unthinkable.
Golly, if I made that kind of money playing ball, there's no way you can get that uniform off of me. You can't get it off now.
No, Billy!
Players joke that senior baseball is a lot like Little League.
All right!
Only slower. It is also a lot like the pros. Only the game and the stakes are more personal.
Good game, Jim. Good game.
Here, they play only for time and another chance to cheat the clock. It doesn't matter at all whether you win or lose, but how long you play the game. In Atlanta, Bob McNamara for Eye on America.
And that's our news. Bob Schieffer will be here tomorrow. And don't forget 60 Minutes on Sunday.
And we hope you'll join us again Monday here for the CBS Evening News. Good night, everyone, and have a great weekend.
Good night.
Experience CBS News.
This is CBS.